Hey guys, it's Kiera. Welcome back to my channel, Dreams of Kiera. I'm so glad that you guys are here and you're watching. You know, I got my incense burning in the back. Okay, I got, my room is nice and clean. I'm feeling good. I also wanted to show you guys my shirt that I brought in South Carolina. Like, I love this shirt. I think it ties in perfectly for today's video, which is about embracing your femininity as a woman and really transitioning from girl to woman. Because I feel like at some point in our lives as a heterosexual woman, or I recognize also that the gay, lesbian, transgender community as well, you may embody this. So we come to a point in our lives where we really want to start embodying and really embracing that feminine energy, right? And being that feminine woman, that feminine energy that God has intended for us to be. And so that's what we're going to be talking about today, you guys. And so I think that I just want to say that I feel like a lot of our wounds as women and as feminine beings starts with our childhood. Just really take a look at the things that you loved as a child. As a child, I loved Barbies. I loved ponies. I loved animals. I loved makeup. I loved like all those big makeup palettes. And I loved nail polish, Polly Pocket, and all of those girly like things and toys. I loved it. I had like 50 Barbies, no lie. And I really loved those things. And then at some point, I don't know where, I started veering away from my feminine side as a child and as a little girl, because when I would express my emotions, when I would cry, people would scold me. When I had these very feminine qualities, right, people would tell me not to feel a certain way. I had problems at home, where I learned how to internalize my feelings, and I learned how to basically control my emotions to the point where I didn't express them at all. And in middle school, I had also lost, two very important friendships that I had with some girls that meant a lot to me, and it really hurt me when I lost that friendship. And so I think that also, pushed me more away from being friends with girls. And I started, hanging out with the guys more. I started being, basically one of the guys. And I was basically transforming myself into this tomboy girl. I was one of those girls that would feel like, well, hanging out with guys is easier, it's cooler. Guys, they're cooler, right? And then in high school, I started to really find myself very, very attracted to guys. But at the same time, I couldn't necessarily grasp why I was so, like, I wasn't, bringing in that type of masculine energy to me. Why I wasn't showing up high value, right? And I feel like a lot of it comes into play also with the fact that I was just one of those girls that was just a late bloomer. My mom used to always tell me, Kiera, you're just one of those girls that's a late bloomer. And for the longest of time, I was just think my mom was crazy, I would think that my mom didn't know what she was talking about. She didn't understand me. She didn't understand, what was going on in my life. And it turns out my mom was actually right. So shout out to you, Mom. You were right. I love you. And yeah, so I feel like in high school, I had lower self-esteem. I was, starting to have sex and having sex for all of the wrong reasons, you guys. Like just no self-esteem, all of that. And so this is the most important thing when it comes to transitioning from a girl into a woman, is that I really didn't start knowing how to become a woman until I started seeking God. And I'm being so serious. Like, I really did not know how to become a woman, the type of woman God created me to be, how to live out my purpose, how to be more feminine in all of my ways, right? Until I started to really seek God, learn about God, learn about spirituality, learn about what it is to be a woman, learn about feminine qualities, learn about yin and yang, the laws of the universe, and things of that nature. You know, how to be nurturing, how to be caring, compassionate, empathetic with people, how to have good people skills, you know. And I really feel like all of these things really helped me a lot, like seriously. So I thank God every day that he brought me back to this place where I'm able to talk about, you know, coming out of that tomboy stage and starting to embrace myself as a woman, starting to take myself seriously in regards to how I want to show up and the type of woman that I want to be and that type of energy that I want to, you know, exude out to the world. And I thank God so much for all of these things. And you know, after I started getting into my studies with God, the next thing that emerged for me was starting to take action into becoming this new radical woman that I wanted to be. I started changing my appearance. I wanted to appear more feminine, right? So I started getting back into makeup. All of these things that I enjoyed as a child, they all of a sudden started coming back to me. As a child, I used to love writing in my journal. That came back to me. I used to love makeup. That came back to me. I used to love hair. That came back to me. I used to love girly clothes, like the shirt, guys. I used to love girly clothes. That came back to me as well. All of these things that I enjoyed as a child, it came back to me. And I started realizing these are the things that I really loved. These are the things that really set my heart on, you know, fire and made me passionate about certain things. I started learning how to use my feminine gifts and not suppress them. Learn how to use my feminine energy to change the climate. We are all, you know, gatekeepers of emotions, women. And so if we learn that we help to create a certain climate based off of our own emotions, right, then we will learn that we have so much power in that. We have so much power in just being, you know, conscientious of our emotions. As women, I think it's important that we always still, you know, are conscious of the fact that we need to protect our energy, protect our hearts and things like that. But at the same time, I think it's really important that we also know how to be vulnerable. This is something that I'm still working with, you guys. In real life, I tend to be very withdrawn around people that I'm not, you know, too fond of or that I don't trust yet, which that's just me. But at the same time, I don't think that your personality should necessarily control how you continue to live your life. So one of the things that I'm working on is, you know, really learning how to be vulnerable, especially in intimate settings and also in romantic settings. Learning to be more vulnerable, learning to express myself better, and, you know, learning how to let people know that there's this emotional girl inside of me, and I do, you know, feel very deeply about many things. I'm passionate about many things, and that's why I thank God for my platform here, because I'm learning step by step every day how to be more womanly. Being a woman is not something that you just click one day and you're just like, yeah, I'm a woman. Being a woman is a continual process. My prayer for all of us as women is just to really, you know, keep working on ourselves, keep loving ourselves. We don't have to hate men, right? We don't have to hate men, because a real man will show up for a real woman, okay? And so I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching. Have a blessed day. Love yourself. Take care of yourself. Learn about God. Have a relationship with God. And I promise you, you will become more feminine day by day. One day you're going to look in the mirror and you're going to be like, is that me? Like, is that me? Thank you guys so much for watching. Mwah.